Alright. We are back. Putting plans into locomotion. While I have no objections to the plan itself, I have one concern. How can we be certain Sir Alja will not strike Tuliolol in retaliation? I considered that possibility. But when my brother told me to come and prove myself, he meant it. He wants to show that his kingdom is superior to Tuliolol. It'll give him no satisfaction to attack when he knows I'm not there. No, he'll be waiting inside the dome, waiting for us to challenge him so he can crush us and prove his strength. Indeed. If anything, we're more likely to put Tuliolol in danger by not taking the fight to him. So we indulge Zoralja? At least until Tuliolol has shored up his defenses? Right. We'll charge in from the front and keep his eyes on us. During which time, Kona will find a way to fortify Tuliolol. If you believe this is the best course, then we shall trust in your judgment. I expect there will be no small amount of enemy resistance, but we'll do all in our power to assist you. Thank you. Well, time is of the essence. Let's go and see what's left to be done for the train. Looks like work is getting underway. We'll finish in no time at all. So what can you do to help? No need to hold back. As I understand it, the two of you met your fair share of craftsmen during the Rite of Secession. Would you happen to know a few who'd be willing to come and help us? Complete modifications to the train? Of course. What sort of craftsmen do you have in mind? Let's see now. Perhaps my greatest concern is keeping the train safe from enemy attacks. Even with you all on board to fend them off, it'd be over in an instant if they managed to get just one good hit on the cerulean tanks. According to eyewitnesses, the soldiers use lightning-based weapons, so I have a mind to install grounding rods. Did you happen to know a carpenter who could handle that? We could ask Kuwakafu. The master and carpenter from Okana, hey? If they'd be willing, we'd be glad to have them. No objections from me. Just be sure not to forget their traditional greeting. But we'll need more than just a carpenter, if we want to get this done in a timely fashion. We've got a lot of equipment that needs moving. Heavy equipment. I don't suppose you know anyone up to the task? Perhaps Sir Murwer can help. Murwer would be perfect. We'd be hard-pressed to find folks stronger than the Yakui, and I'm sure that he'd be willing to help. You're friends with the Yakui? I'll be damned. Will not want for strength to help like that. Next, I'd like to outfit the train with some powerful weaponry of its own. Like as not, the soldiers will be riding their flying vessels. We'll need countermeasures to deal with them. That's true. I, for one, can't use magic, nor am I handy with a firearm like my brother. Any ideas for ranged weapons we can use? Both of these are not super ideal. This might be a no-win situation. Kona is busy trying to shore up Tuliolol, so let's just start with Ballistae. Ballistas, huh? While they'd be powerful, it seems to me it'd take too long to reload between shots. If there was some sort of ballista that could reload quickly, that might work, but weapons are exactly my field of expertise. Perhaps I could be of assistance. The Christianium employed etheric cannons for its defense, and I see no reason why the design cannot be adopted for your train. While I did not conceive them myself, I know their design. It should be possible to build them here, provided we have the requisite materials and skilled smiths. Now that sounds like something Fontaine can help with. What are the materials we need? The barrel can be fashioned from any metal, so long as it's highly conductive to ether. To power the cannon, we will require fire-aspected crystals of highest purity. Fire crystals, eh? Might be as the miners over at Sprague's could help with that. Then if I could leave the crystals and smiths in everyone's hands, I shall get started drawing up the schematics. Right then. We'll secure us the smiths. In the meantime, could you deal with the materials? Shenza is in charge of our supplies, so it might be good to talk to him about it first. Still trying to channel Paz a little bit. Well, I think we're set for a plan. Thanks for the consultation. Now let's get this train dressed up and give her the proper farewell she deserves. The plan's coming together. To make good speed, I'm going to try and enlist some more help from among our friends back in Yoktural. I'll leave the materials in your care. I think I saw Shenza over to the southeast. Oh, there's Kryl and Alize. I was gonna say, as soon as I saw Graha, I was like, oh, well, I missed some dialogue. It's a shame Sid and his engineers aren't here to help. If they were here, I'd suspect they'd turn it into a flying train. Go full Back to the Future on us. Shenza has given me a list of materials. We'll see to it that they have everything they need. Right, time to put my knowledge gained in the first to use. That should be enough lumber for the armor. What else do we need? Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you? Etheric cannons. Interesting. I have an idea where we can get the conductive metal, so I'll take care of it. I'm not sure about the fire crystals, though. Might be best if you spoke directly with a miner. Can I leave that to you? Great. You're friends with Ayate, aren't you? One of the best miners around. If anyone can get you the crystals you're after, it's her. Oh, Thorak. What brings you around these parts? The purest fire crystals, you say? I think I heard tell about them before, but what was that about? I will be right back. hot commodity. Now I remember, Cerule Analas. You can find them south of the town. They actually ingest fire crystals and keep them in their gut, if you can believe it. If you want the purest fire crystals, though, you'll have to go after the oldest, toughest Analas. Nothing you can't handle, right? I'll show you where you can find some to hunt. Looking forward to seeing why Ernville thinks so highly of you. Saber-toothed cat away! There's quite a lot of fiery wildlife in these parts. We think it's due to the ceruleum, but no one can say for sure. Still, it's not often that you see bigger, dominating sort, and that's what you need. All you have to do is hunt down a few of their kind, establish yourself as a threat that's known to draw out the leader. That's the spirit. While you're on the hunt, I'll keep watching nearby to make sure no hapless travelers come stumbling in. Clear fire crystal. A fire crystal of the highest purity taken from the belly of a beast. Amazing. You dealt with those beasts in no time at all. You need the crystals delivered to Shinza? I'll see that he gets it. These fire crystals are for the train, aren't they? I heard about your plans to enter Rome. Thank you for going to such lengths to stop these invaders. And though he'd grumble if he knew I was asking, please take care of Elena Spia. Anyway, I'd best be on my way. And you as well, in case you're going to meet her. I saw Wookalamot heading to the station. Chocobo! There's still 2 more zones after this place. I mean, we are only on level 96 quests at this point, so... Hey, Aaronville. Taking care of the crystals, have you? Things proceed apace here, too. Okay, no, there's nothing new from them. Have a present! Yeet! Shensa told me you got the crystals for him. Good work. I've just returned from looking for extra help. We'll see in a moment who answers the call. All will be in readiness for them when they arrive. And I'm idle for a moment, and all I can think about is my home. Keep your chin up, Aaronville. We'll be on our way soon, and we'll find your mother. It'll be good to see her after all these years. It'll be good to see her after all these years. There's so much I'd like to ask her about her time together with Papa. Oh, she'll talk care of herself. Once my mother starts, there's no stopping her. I wouldn't want it any other way. Right, let's return to helping where we can. The real work begins when the extra hands arrive. Thanks for making the trek here. To be honest, I wasn't expecting so many of you. Since the attack on Tuliolo, I've been wondering if there is aught I could do to help. So when I heard about the upcoming operation from Valcona, I leapt at the chance to do my part. Peace will be restored, and then we can all enjoy a nice cup of mezcal. This is our home, and we'll do whatever it takes to keep it safe. While I assist with the efforts here, High Luminary Gafurler does the same at the capital. I'm truly grateful. All of us working together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. Let's get to it, my friends. Yes, let's get to it. I've never noticed that hair. A pin, I assume it is. Alright, everyone, that'll do it. I feel like I'm slowly turning him into Sam Elliott. You've done your part. Leave it to us to finish mounting the armor and cannons, and have yourselves a hard-earned rest. Thank you all again for answering the call. No need for thanks. No need for thanks now. Whenever you need help, give us a holler. Indeed, we must all do our part for when our nation is imperiled. Hear, hear. We love Tyrol and we love you, Valwaklamat. I love you all too. Your kindness and goodwill will not be in vain. This I promise. Now that is a beast of a train. Thanks again for all your help. Wouldn't have been able to finish so quickly without you. Go and rest up, friend. Won't be long before the train's ready. That should mark level 97? Yep. All aboard. From here on out, we won't be stopping until the train's ready. If you have any preparations, that would be a good time to see them. The boarding call will come before you know it. There was a headpiece coffer.
Right, we're just about done with the modifications, but I have to stress that we cannot afford a test run.
It's fine. We understand and accept the risks. We have faith in you and your craft. I'm sure everything will go to plan. With all the hard work everyone's put in, it couldn't be otherwise. Finished at last! Behold, the pinnacle of locomotive engineering, the Dawn Blazer. Amazing!
Yep, she's been fitted with wooden armor and a crystal grounding rod to mitigate the effects of lightning. Naturally, we had to overhaul the engine so it could handle the extra weight.
I also had her outfitted with the ferric cannons, the better to contend with enemy forces. And as they're modeled upon those used at the Crystarium, I can attest to their potency.
So, what do you reckon? Given the tight turnaround, I'd say we did a damn good job.
Let them try and stop us in this.
Glad she's to your liking. I hate to let go of such a beautiful piece of machinery, but I know you'll give her a proper send-off for us.
At the risk of spoiling the mood, we should probably get moving.
Yep, you won't get far if you let them pummel you from the air, but you'll be safe enough once you reach the tunnel.
In that case, I will conceal the train with a spell once everyone is on board. It should last long enough for us to reach the tunnel unnoticed.
Right. So everyone, are we ready?
We've done all we can. Rest is up to you.
I won't let you down. All aboard!
Dungeon time?
At this speed, we should arrive at the dome in no time at all.
But not before we're spotted, I expect. Stay alert!
Here we go. Stand fast, everyone.
No, you don't.
Okay, they switched to fire on!
Oh dear.
Raha, jump!
Erinville, I need you to take over for me.
End of the line, everyone!
Okay, she did bail. That's good.
That was too close. Still alive, Erinville?
Mostly.
I thought that would have been the dungeon. And yep, we're in.
At last, the enemy stronghold. We should hurry before they can regroup.
Let's go and find out what's inside.
The Vanguard, now accessible. Can't go far in that direction. I'll be right back again. Oh, well, that happened. Let's have a look. See, did it actually end my previous It doesn't look like it actually stopped my previous broadcast. So that's good, but I'll just need to reconnect to the data. I'll just need to reconnect. That's unfortunate. The drinking game. Every time I get 90k, take a shot. Now, for clarification, I say drink water. I do not condone the consumption of alcoholic beverage. Alright, sorry I disappeared. No one is regrouped, right? I just get back and there's just the army right here. Oh yeah, I could just talk to them. There's no way Zeralja will be able to ignore our explosive entrance. The idea of venturing into enemy territory is daunting, but I believe I'm ready, or as ready as I'll ever be. We couldn't have made it this far without the train. Let's see to it that we go the rest of the way. Most odd? Just a little further and we'll be inside the dome. The rest is up to you now. I can make my own way back, so don't worry about me. Take care and good luck. I'll remain out of sight until the fighting is over. At the risk of repeating myself, try not to do anything reckless. Receiving 16, receiving 19, receiving 0. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, I'll risk it. Oh, Wiclamont is an all-rounder between DPS and tank? Interesting. Well, all-rounder, she can flex between DPS and tank, but yeah. Not too into it. 655. Register for duty. Vanguard. Lights party. A Lights Mario Party? Yeah, Jacques Tarral. Vanguard. Raging Ronique. The Vanguard is under attack. Vanguard is under attack. All units, prepare for battle. Alright, Kryl, which one are you attacking first? Okay, I didn't do my reading on Gluttony like I should have, but that's where I get my stacks of Executioner. I'm glad I think to look at which one Kryl's attacking after I already do a lot of damage on one. How about no? Enemy sighted. R7 sentries. Prepare to engage. This is going to be a line AoE. Or no? Aha! Dang, how do I get these kind of bikes? A Vanguard Commander R8s. A right vehicle? An indication of rank, perhaps. Warning, intruders detected. Initializing extermination protocol. Okay. The bombardment again? It looks like it. Oh. Alright. Rip. I was not watching the cast at all. Oh, that must have been really weird because I think y'all were getting 2 sets of audio. Not what I meant to do. See, it's going to be the double aerial bombardments. Yes, it is. Yes, Stan. I started this way too late. Dispatch is going to be the double line AoEs again. Shut up. Alert. Alert. Intruders detected. Engaging defense turrets. Vanguard Ring of Aemon. Jeez, that is so annoying. Well, that works out. The only thing I'm not getting is bonus XP, which I could definitely live with. That was definitely the wrong button. Vanguard aerostats. Jeez, all the fending stuff. Protector. Search and destroy. Restricting enemy movement. Electrofencing activated. Enemy breach imminent. Relaying emergency signal. I did that wrong. How about no? Damn it all. Power the cross bridge and release the beast. We cannot stop them there. We can stop them there. Propasa. Vanguard Command. Send in reinforcements. The commander will not tolerate failure. All the fending gear, no maiming. And Lord knows if I ran this as a tank that I would actually get maiming gear. What are you gonna do? Aiming or going up in the world. Hello? That such a serious breach should be allowed, but it ends now. Ophidian Outrider, Xander the Snake Skinner. We redeem our honor with your lives. This is their leader? Something's not right about this. I will be right back really quick. He died at Tuliolol, didn't he? He looks familiar. You truly believe you're a match for us? The audacity. On your knees. He is dying very quickly. That makes me worried. Electrothermic. Can't think that. Know your place. How could you? Alright, no more games. I call on the soul of the serpent, the great devourer. Give me the strength to destroy our enemies. I knew it was too easy. Ow. Rear guard. Clever. Sorry, Wicklamat. Perchance to dream. Level 100 Reaper. Now Perfectio Ablatio is mine. Scythe? The Air Wheeler M9? Will whoosh, vroom, and zoom its way into your inner child's heart. Well then.
What greeted us was not the home that I had left behind. There was no mistaking we had reached Yassulani, and yet it was wholly unlike my memories. The lands of my childhood had changed beyond imagining. To where had I returned? We tread on, the darkened skies above a mirror to my heart, clouded with fear and uncertainty.
How bizarre. This cannot be Yassulani, can it?
Jacques Tarot, heritage found. This is Yassulani? There was no sensation of passing into a different world. This couldn't be a reflection, could it? I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. What's happened here? I was prepared for something strange, but this... it's like another world. I don't understand. I'm not going to be getting any new gear for a little bit here. It doesn't make sense. That tower, was it always there? No, definitely not. Nor the wall over there. The material's not something we use. The material's not something we use in Tyrol. It's closer to what we saw at the gate to the Golden City, or those mechanical soldiers. Such massive structure couldn't possibly be built. Couldn't possibly have been built in so short a time. Then I am inclined to assume we've been transported to another location, or perhaps... Well, speculation will avail us not. We need to learn more before we can draw conclusions. Let's take a look around then. The defective turrets. You. Alexandrian Axebeak. Still going northwest, so I suspect it's over there somewhere. Ah, a fellow Reaper running around. This place is unnatural in a way I've never seen before. This place is isolated by the dome, yet the skies are heavy with thunderclouds, the air oversaturated with lightning-aspected ether. I recognize the lay of the land. It's definitely Yassulani, and yet... I haven't seen anyone so far. That looks like a train station, doesn't it? That may be the Yassulani station, where the passengers disembarked. Then perhaps we'll find someone to talk to there. Let's go investigate. I'm a bush. Such a weird looking creature. Might as well. That Reaper did give me something to think about, which is... Yeah, here's them. Yeah, there. Long time no see. My brave Choco of many, many weapons. Anything? The Aetheryte is of Terali design. It's fallen into total disrepair, almost as if it has been used in decades. Amidst the enormous alien structures, we have more familiar sights like this station. This is a water tower for trains, isn't it? Crap. Far to the north, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure this is Yasulani Station, but from the state of it, I swear it was abandoned years ago. I'm not sure what to make of this. We should look around a bit more. That is an interesting observation that these buildings look as though they were abandoned years ago. The building is a rotting husk. It has clearly been many years since anyone lived here. The tracks are heavily rusted. It would seem they have been tended to for a long while. Oh wait. It would seem they haven't been tended to for a long while. You find a train turntable. The thick layers of rust suggest it has been used in years. That's another player, I think. Or, no. That's just a sentry who's seemingly looking down? Finished poking around, have you? Let's gather everyone then. I want you all to take a look at this. It's one of the mechanical soldiers, long since broken, apparently. But I'd say its presence confirms this is indeed Zeralja's domain we're in. What about the rest of you? Did you learn anything? So all evidence suggests this is Yasulani Station. And I have no doubt we're in Yasulani, but I don't understand why these buildings are so run down. They were completed barely a year ago. For new structures to deteriorate and enormous ones to appear in a flash, if I didn't know better, I'd say time flows differently here. Is such a thing even possible? We have encountered this phenomenon before, as it so happens. Though it may be difficult to believe, our world is but one of several. In some respects, they are similar to one another, but in others wholly different. We call them reflections. Simply put, the rift between dimensions causes time to flow at a different pace in each world. While hours pass in one, years may have come and gone in another. But if this is Yasulani, then we should still be in the source. The flow of time should be synchronized. I'm not sure I follow all this talk of reflections and dimensions, but if Arenville says this is Yasulani, then it must be. Your village is a little further along, right? Arenville. Oh, yes, it's a short distance to the northwest. Let's head there next. Rather than talk theory, it's always better to confirm things firsthand. Psst. May I be of assistance? It's still functioning? It doesn't seem to be hostile, at least. Perhaps we can ask it some questions? Can you tell us where we are? Unable to confirm credentials. Please present citizen identification. Unable to confirm credentials. Confirm. Seems it's broken after all. Too strange by half. Let's leave it be and get going. I thought it was weird when I was looking that direction. Are those lightning rods? Would you accompany me for a moment? There's something I wish to investigate. So at least my thinking before we talk to Graha, it definitely seems like these are lightning rods, and the lightning is where they get their electricity, I think. Their power, essentially. Look there. The lightning appears to be drawn to those pole-shaped structures over yonder. The design suggests they are some manner of lightning rod. Let's go and take a closer look. The Land of Levin. I am nobody. This material appears to be the same that used in the mechanical soldiers and warships. On closer inspection, it appears to bear fine etchings, rather reminiscent of arcane runes. These, I suspect, are not merely decorative. I would posit it's used to harness lightning as a source of energy. Quite impressive technology. I'll share this observation with Stola for blessing the dome doesn't appear to interfere with wing pearls. Thank you for accompanying me. Let's head to the village and find the others. This is Erinville's village? No sign of anyone. Let's stay vigilant. Oh, Erinville. What in the world?
It's in ruins. But why? What happened here? And where is everyone?
I had a look in a few of the other houses, but they had clearly been abandoned.
Damn it all. None of this makes sense.
Excuse me? Are you looking for someone?
I apologize for giving you a fright. However, I did have reason to keep to the shadows. Sorolcha has told me a great deal about you.
Sorolcha?
Greetings, and welcome to the realm of Alexandria. I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
The Queen of Reason?
Queen of Reason?
If you are the Queen of Reason, is there perhaps a...
Yes, if you mean to ask if there is a King of Resolve. Zorulja holds that title, and together do we reign.
I am so sorry.
Then you are both behind the attack on Tuliyola.
And I doubt you're here to offer us a warm reception.
No, you have it all wrong. I am not come to fight. Zorulja rules alongside me, but that is a matter of expedience. In truth, we are at odds, he and I. It is at considerable risk to myself and my people that I come before you to beg your aid.
Our aid? I'll admit I cannot imagine King Zorolja is keen to share and share alike. But if what you say is true, you're still the queen.
once the sole ruler of Alexandria. Until one day, he appeared, bent on conquest. In my weakness, I feared his power. So I persuaded him to forego violence and strike a bargain. I would remain queen, and he would receive technology that would empower him to achieve even loftier ambitions, along with the knowledge to use it. A gamble, to be sure, but if it might spare my people...
If I may, the dome surrounding these lands was erected but recently. How is it he was able to not only invade, but instate a new system of leadership in a mere matter of days?
I've never heard of your realm. And this place is, or at least was, Yassolani. The house I grew up in is still here. But 3 years ago, that tower and these strange contrivances weren't. Nor was our village in ruins. Where did you come from? And what happened to the people who lived here? You must know.
I realize how confusing this all must be. Truth be told, I don't fully understand it myself. What I can say is that one day, people from your Tuliolol suddenly appeared here in Alexandria. Or perhaps it was we who found ourselves in Tuliolol. Until but recently, we were completely unaware of events taking place beyond the barrier surrounding our realm.
Does this not remind you of the Crystal Tower? How after the 8th Umbral Calamity, we devised a means to transport the Spire across time and space from the source unto the First. Granted, this is on a much larger scale, if that is indeed what has happened. Not only the people and structures, but also the surrounding environment. Regardless, the people of Lakeland perceived the arrival of the Crystal Tower much as the Queen describes her own experience. Sudden and inexplicable.
Well then, you appear to have a better grasp of our circumstances than we do. Indeed, more than I dared hope. In which case, a closer examination of the effects of this phenomenon may afford us more insights. Allow me to take you to the outskirts. A number of the Shatona live there as well. Perhaps your acquaintances are among them.
Hold on. If we accept, there's no guarantee we're not walking into a trap.
But if we're to defeat Zorolja, we need to understand how he grew so strong. Besides...
You're right.
Queen Sphene, before we go, Your Majesty, I have to ask, did you really have nothing to do with the attack on Tuliolol?
Noble Wuklamart, shall we dispense with the formalities? I'll not deny the soldiers and airships that attacked your people are products of Alexandria. But it was Zorolja, not we, who fashioned them into weapons of war and laid siege to Tuliolol.
So he alone is to blame.
No, I may not have prosecuted this war, but I nevertheless bear responsibility for it.
Perhaps. I know next to nothing about you, let alone what you've been through. So by all means, show us around. I think we'll learn a lot from meeting more people.
Wonderful. If you would follow me.
Isn't it a little odd for a queen to be walking on her lonesome?
Is that concern or suspicion?
Call it a little bit both.
If things should take a turn for the worse, might I call upon your aid? I jest, of course, but you do strike me as the most capable here.
She danced around the question. I think it goes without saying, but we're not going to trust her just like that, right? Anyway, you look at it, a mysterious girl who appears out of nowhere proclaiming herself a queen is suspicious. A royal welcome. Well, having established that we should be wary, we could use more information. Let's head to this place, the outskirts, and see what we can learn, perhaps about XIV as well. They have artificial light and just flat out artificial agriculture. To the south. Up on that cliff? Mermelian? You look out of place. Arna Variabilis. Most unusual farm, but the produce appears normal enough. Have you ever seen such strange contraptions? I wonder what this one is used for. Those brick buildings. I've seen their like before, though I cannot remember where. The innovations of Alexandria are nothing short of extraordinary. It's a relief to see the people here are well, at least. I trust you have similar farming facilities in Tyrol. They're completely different from ours. I've got no idea what all those machines do. We settled on this approach after some trial and error. The Tyroli have their own methods of farming, which they wanted to continue employing. But the environment makes it challenging. There's too much rain and not enough light. Thankfully, the use of electrope has allowed us to fortify the buildings here, as well as provide what nature cannot. What? Electrope. It's a material we use for a myriad of devices and applications. A topic for another time, perhaps. If you would follow me, we're nearly at the outskirts. Conversion rate looks normal. Ronique? Oh, you have an interest in our farmland. I'll tell you everything you want to know. To the southwest. It must go beyond the wall. Yeah, I'll have to go to the other side. It's relieved to see the people here are well. Hopefully the same can be said for everyone in Yasulani. It's a rather lively settlement, isn't it? In defiance of the ceaseless gloom, almost. This is a Tonawautan village, or at least it was before the dome and these strange contraptions. I'll admit, I've seen nothing particularly suspicious yet. It's fascinating how they've combined traditional bricklaying with electrope-based engineering, a curious blending of two cultures.
Here we are. Though you'll doubtless find much of what you see in Alexandria strange, the traditional agriculture practiced in this village at least should be familiar.
Queen's Fiend? What business brings her here, I wonder?
The Queen has come!
What are with those?
You look well, Paquine. And Katoye, I see you've already taken to your new position.
When she introduced herself as queen, I was expecting someone colder. Honestly, she reminds me of you, Mamachi.
Possibly her own reflection?
Me?
It's only natural for a ruler to love her people. And I should like to know them as best I can. Even the most trifling details.
Yeah, Sphene is so Lamachi's reflection.
The more you come to know them, the more you grow to love them. Who they are and what they've built.
That's it. Beautifully put.
And it would appear that she is well loved in turn.
Your Majesty, you honor us with your presence. And who are these fine people?
Tuliola's vow of resolve Wook Clamart and her companions. They come from beyond the barrier, but you needn't worry. They are good people and are to be treated as my honored guests.
The rumors of a link to the outside are true, then. Wook Clamart is still so young. Oh, where are my manners? I am Papone, a leader of sorts of the people living out here.
Papone? That is a Tonawaptan ring to it.
Right you are. I take it you hail from this region as well? Teshpiani, perhaps?
Yes, I do. I don't suppose you know a woman by the name of Kafkiwa?
Kafkiwa? I'm afraid I'm not sure if I've ever met someone with that name.
Oh. Mother isn't here. But it's a relief to know at least some of the people of Yasulani are alive and well.
Your mother, you say? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance.
You know my mother?
I do. Yes.
Then tell me, please, where is she?
I cannot say. Not here, but I promise I will in due time.
I have a question, Pepone. Do you recall what happened the day the dome first appeared?
The barrier? Well, I remember fixing a shelf that had collapsed after a terrible earthquake. Then the ground began to tremble. There was a brilliant flash of light, and then... Forgive me, my recollection of it all is rather poor.
You needn't push yourself, Papone. After 30 years, no one could blame you for not remembering.
30 years?
30 years? As in 30 years in the past?
Absurd though it may sound, there is no doubt in my mind the events that led to the joining of our lands occurred 30 years ago. Which is not to say I understand why our perceptions of the intervening time are so radically different. We only just became aware of the discrepancy when Zoralja's military base was completed, and we were at last able to venture beyond the barrier.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
That makes a lot more sense now.
30 years. Little wonder Zoralja assumed our father had already passed away.
It's not unlike how time passes differently in the First and the Source. The fluctuating space of the rift between them disrupting temporal equivalence. Perhaps the same holds true here, and time flowed faster within the dome.
Meaning this is a piece of another reflection.
I cannot say for certain, but I strongly suspect that to be the case. And based on the Queen's account, this encampment may have come to serve as a physical bridge between the two planes, after which the dome was forced into the Source's temporal flow.
If we're to be certain of anything, we need more information. Sveen, Would it be all right if we had a look around and spoke with the townspeople?
By all means.
Time to see what we can see of Alexandria, then.
And its people. I may yet find familiar faces among the survivors from Yasolani.
Even if I don't understand the half of it, I would learn more of this place before we confront Zorolja.
Perhaps you'd care to see how we make our living. Though we have always prided ourselves on the use of traditional Tonawatan farming methods, the use of electro-fueled technologies has led to countless agricultural innovations.
I would join you as well.
Ma'am, please. You needn't trouble yourself.
It's no trouble at all. And I promise not to cause any manner of distraction.
Reassuring words, or they would be had I not heard them countless times before. Very well, but do be careful.
Of course. I shall proceed with the utmost care. Now then, if you two would follow me, we can begin the tour.
I can't say that I trust her yet, but I trust that her affection for these people is genuine. And that's enough for me.
So I might get this wrong, but a lot of this makes a bit more sense now. That village way back there that looked all dilapidated, despite, like, not much time passing outside the dome. Like, this is... The dome, when it was brought forward to the source, must have brought forward its own time flow, if that makes sense. So 30 years passed within the dome, and it quickly aged everything within the Yasolani up to that point. Time stuff is always a headache. Let's see if I can't find anyone. There's a way through the wall. But I don't think I can go through there yet. You're armed. If you see any Oglops out there, be sure to let me know. You wouldn't believe the trouble they can cause. Okay, and Vanguard is a dungeon where you can get these sort of strange weapons. The Vanguard. I wonder what the Vanguard site looks like. Hold on. Garland data. Yeah, the site looks kind of neat. Touring the farmlands with the queen of another nation is not how I expected to spend my day. Electrop has done much to improve the efficiency of their farming, but hasn't replaced everything. The people wanted to preserve their old way of life, and we did not want to force ours upon them. You went to such lengths so that our cultures could coexist. even going so far as to learn our tongue. I'm sure everyone appreciated that. Communication was thankfully not an issue, for the Terali tongue is surprisingly similar to Alexandrian. Of course, there are words and phrases for which there is no equivalent, but those could be taught with minimal effort. Through mutual respect, understanding, and patience, we Alexandrians and Terali have learned a great deal from one another. I'm sure there's much you wish to learn as well, so please, if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask. I'll be right back again. A day in the life. Rather than bore you with lengthy explanations, let's head back to the farm we passed earlier. Yupei's Halo, it is called. We can speak with one of the farmers when we arrive. I guess we're off to Yupei's Halo. Yupei? Cat away! Oh, I didn't talk with Sphene or Lamont. Allow me to introduce you to Mahusa, one of the most experienced farmhands in all of Alexandria. She's well versed in the myriad of farming techniques. Indeed, the wealth of knowledge she has shared with the other farmers is what has allowed this place to flourish. Queen Sphene, to what do I owe the sun's shower of praise? My apologies for the interruption. I am come with guests from beyond the barrier. They wish to learn more of Alexandria, and so I invited them to see how our crops are grown. I do hope that's alright. So the rumors of visitors from outside were true. What manner of hosts would we be to deny them a look around? And I gather your majesty also intended to check on things here? You know me too well, Mahusa. I thought to seize this opportunity to see how the farms fare, and perhaps pepper them with a few questions. Although I do so enjoy observing and taking part in the work, too. It would appear we have her permission, so please, walk the grounds to your heart's content. You go on ahead. I'll keep Sphene company. Don't misunderstand. I'm not the suspicious type. But given our positions, it would make sense for us to go around together, wouldn't you say? A fair point. But be sure not to let me out of your sight. I shall remain under Wiklamat's watchful eye. Pray, come find us after you've seen your fill and spoken with the other farmhands. I will admit, I do harbor my own suspicions as well. But then I remember the attack on Tuliolo, where she was actually expressing concern for everyone that's being attacked there. Whether that's another ploy or not, I have no idea. Elias. Light levels appear to be fine. As for the power source... You should know about my job? I tend to the fields. Mostly, I tend to the fields mostly, watering the crops, keeping the soil fertile, and so on. It admittedly took some time until I fully understood how best to carry out my duties. I also manage the lamps we use in the fields. We do our best to keep everything up to code, but should they ever start to malfunction, it's up to me to fix them. The land and sky being what they are, ensuring a rich harvest makes for constant work. But honestly, I enjoy how involved the process is. Both my parents being Alexandrian, I didn't grow up knowing much of anything about farming. Every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. Ball. Oh, an unfamiliar face. I gather this is your first time on site then. Well, this here's the storehouse. Or rather, the entrance. The real storehouse is in the ground, much more spacious and equipped with a temperature regulation system to keep the harvest from spoiling. Since the entrance is so small, it's so much easier to prevent wild beasts from wandering inside, which also makes it a viable facility for breeding and raising livestock. We've even got a few beds down there for emergencies. My parents often complained about how Alexandrian technology and electrope complicate our lives, but it's just a matter of learning how things work. Take my job, for instance. I'm presently overseeing the storage of harvested crops. They'll be taken up to the tower for processing, and from there find their way to every dining table in Alexandria. The work is hard, I'll not deny, but I take great satisfaction in what we do. Elmo! They're saying that you and yours are visitors from beyond the barrier. That true? So it is, which means we're connected to the outside world again. Not that I have a desire to leave, mind you. I'm quite content with life here in Alexandria. But setting that aside, you're here to observe our work, right? As you can see, I'm in charge of livestock. Here in Yapye's Halo, we produce not only fruits and vegetables, but also meat, poultry, and eggs. Tending the animals is an absolute joy, but I have to be careful not to grow attached. It's always sad when they're shipped off, but a job is a job. Well, I need to get back to it, but it was nice talking to you. Please give my regards to the Queen. It's a shame Kona's not here to see all these bizarre contraptions. I see. Don't be too hard on yourself. Anyone would have been hard-pressed to deal with such a thing. Oh, welcome back. My apologies for failing to notice your return. I gather you've had your fill of speaking with the farmers. Then let's return to Mahusa. Well, what are your impressions of the farm? I'm amazed that everyone loves their work. A curious observation. Do you not love your own work? Oh, but I jest. It's true that the people of the outskirts seem most fulfilled. Oh, always, they take their duties with good cheer. And what did you think of our little tour, Lemachi? What did you call me? Was that inappropriate? My apologies. I heard the others call you by that name, and I thought... No, it's fine. As you said before, we've no need for titles or formalities. As for my thoughts, I'm very impressed that machines could be used to overcome so harsh an environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. The feeling is understandable indeed. Indeed, many still find the machinery behind me baffling. It's a system that controls the distribution of water for the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately, though. Acting up, you say? You needn't worry, my queen. It happens fairly often, but simply, it's taken in water that had strong lightning charge. We think some creatures have become charged up with the energy, and they're releasing it into the river we use as a source. The system would return to normal if the creatures were dealt with, but I'm reluctant to beg it of the army. We could take care of it. We could take care of it if you'd like. That is most gracious of you to offer, but it's much too dangerous. Oh, it's no trouble for the vow resolve of Tuliyola. Regardless of how the relationship between our nations may develop, if there are people in need, I want to help. Simple as that. And Thorak is even stronger than I am. It shouldn't take us long at all. Then very well. I gratefully accept, but please take all care. This ought to go even faster if you and I search for lightning-charged fiends on our own. Good hunting. I do not doubt your strength, but please be careful. Poogie! Can I go through a bridge? Bridge is impassable. Right, I can't fly. Ah, you're both alright, thank goodness. You really need to worry so much. You really need to avoid so much. We barely broke a sweat dealing with the fiends. They're all gone now. Of course I was worried. You're my dear guests. But thank you, we truly appreciate this. Indeed, with this we won't have to ask Zoralj's machines for help. He's been making a concerted effort to bolster his forces, sparing but a fraction for the people's protection. He thinks nothing of our safety, unlike Queen's Fiend. That's enough, Mahusa. If you have grievances, I will hear them later, but to speak of the king now. No, she's right. He's never been one to look after his people. Anyway, thanks for letting us tour the farm. The folk here are delightful, and it was a pleasure to meet them. You couldn't have favored us. You couldn't have favored us with more uplifting words. My people are my pride and joy. And you never fail to let us know, nor how much you care. Of course, you're my precious family, all of you. You seem a good sort, Scene, that I'll admit. But you'll forgive me if I'm not ready to lower my guard for the enemy queen just yet. For you to be called that, I dread to imagine what villainy your majesty has committed. Come now, this is no laughing matter. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of countless lives, and one wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is unconscionable. Now, I believe we are done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we? Trying to think. Probably just another short stream today, honestly. I'm already pretty tired. One more story mission. On the cloud. Perhaps we should head back to the outskirts. I dare say your friends will also have returned by now. My thanks again for dealing with the fiends. Come and visit us anytime. I can already see that these are going to be a problem. It's probably going to be another meal situation. Halloween spook! There's so much of Alexandria I would love to show you. Do you hear that?
What's happening over there?
It's nearly time.
I'm glad you could make it.
Are you with us?
Queen's fiends come to see you.
Namika.
We're here, Namika. Everything is going to be all right. What's the matter, dear?
It can't be. That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
You know her?
course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
Namika, it's me. Wuklamat.
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end. Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Soul cell?
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on, in us.
Living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden. I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Let us give them some time alone.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
It's not the end.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps.
What will they do with Namika?
Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a Void Gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining. Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding.
You're not alone.
I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
Where have I heard this story before?
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's innocuous influence.
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents by means unknown.
In other words, Sphin's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
But of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That tower over yonder. Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoraljar resides.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving we're not content to let Zoraljar do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zoraljar's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm. It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I'm afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep, anyway. Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
What? We were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
Oh, dear.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud. Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
Could that be another sort of energy, perhaps? We fully know well about ether. We know about dynamis. Could that be something else? And I had a thought during that cutscene with all the lightning strikes going on. Is it possible, like, the source was teetering, I think, dangerously toward darkness? The 13th fully became swallowed by darkness and became the void. The first was dangerously close to light. Could Alexandria have come from a reflection that was dangerously teetering on lightning aspected ether? This is very unsettling. We'll see how it is with other people. As far as I could tell, Papaone genuinely had no recollection of Namika. I've never seen or heard anything like this before. What's going on? How could Papaone suddenly forget about Namika? It's as if he never knew her. Could the same thing have happened to the others as well, I wonder? There's only one way to find out. Let's make some inquiries about Namika and in the area. We can reconvene afterwards at the Aetheryte. Oh, Lana. An old woman named Namika? I'm afraid I don't know that person. I'm sorry I couldn't be of help. I forget what episode of Stargate this was, but they had something similar where they would forget about a person because they've basically been told by their computer to walk outside the dome. What's that? Do I know a Namika? Never met anyone by that name. I've worked at the outskirts for a good while now. If she'd spent time here, I would remember. So, yeah, when someone passes, it's just generally forgotten. Caregiving... Where's that? How far is your new Everkeep assignment? Do I recall caring for someone until recently? You say that it was a woman named Namika? Well, I can't say for certain if it was her. I wouldn't worry. I'm sure she's just been taken up by the cloud. Can't wait to see how this turns into a primal situation. This is all the scrap we're bringing to Everkeep? Not quite. The Reforgers told me they found something in the ruins. Tashana. Votharium skin, Alexandrian Axe Beak Wing. We have Umbral Static going on. So it's the same for everyone. Not a single person remembers Namika. It's as if the memory of her has been purged from their minds. While such a thing might be done with magic, to alter the memories of so many at once would be a tremendous undertaking. We would have felt a surge of ether corresponding to the act too, and I sensed none in that moment. Neither did I, but I did notice something else. Right before Popone seemingly forgot, a light from in the device on his head began to blink. Could there be a connection? Someone also said something about soul cells. But who might we ask about this? If we continued making such inquiries, I expect we would only cause confusion. Indeed, if we can't readily solve the mystery about Namika, perhaps we could search for Kukiwa instead. Sphene said to try the Thunder Yards. It should be in this direction. Impossible. Another kind of mechanical soldier? It looks dangerous. We'd better destroy it. Wah! Should we give chase? I think it understood our words. It might be worth asking it some questions. Aaronville? Are you alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing. I'm fine. Well, it went off in the direction we're headed anyway, so let's try to track it down. I'm on the magic carpet. Yeah, it's still saying there's one over here. But I'm not going to be able to get there for a little bit yet, I think. Look at that. Nothing but birds over here. No sign of it over here. The voice. Could it be? So I need to find Raha and Alice. There's Raha. And there's Alice on the rock. I do not see it. It's faster than it looks. Elmo! Y'all remember Elmo? This is him now. Do you feel old yet? Angry bot. You found it? To the northeast. It must be bound for the mines. Come on then. It could well be a trap, so let's not rush in too quickly. Elmo! To the north. It must be in the mine. I think it's safe to assume it went into the mines. An old coal mine. It appears to have long since been abandoned, like so many other places. The stones in those crates. Could it be turquoise? So I went in here. I heard faint voices coming from inside. So it's not alone. But we're still going in, of course. This may be a trap. Be ready for a fight, everyone. Earth and sky. Yeni Shenebat. It would appear no one has worked in these tunnels for quite some time. I'm not worried. We've had to improvise countless nights before, after all. A device made with electrope. It seems to be the only one here. The tunnel just keeps on going. I can hear them, several people up ahead. I can't make out their conversation with the echoing. Let's keep going. Stay on your guard.
What is this?
Aaronville!
A trap?
It really is you! Huh?
Who?
I just had to get a look at you in the light, and I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling Onosphere!
My darling, what now?
Now you're just having fun.
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun bun. But what are you doing here? What brings you all this way?
Are you alright?
Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
I know that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird, floating thing?
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Gulu Jaja's kitten? I knew I recognized that adorable, fuzzy face. Ellen Spear was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
I can't say that I do, but you know my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
I'm sorry?
Oh, but this won't do. Come in! Friends of my Ellen Spear are always welcome.
All I ask is a little forewarning. No.
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place, how are things still getting stranger?
I can't say I understand what's going on, but at least Kakiwa is safe. The Alligans had machines that could be controlled remotely. Is she using something similar to communicate with us? At this point, I doubt anything could possibly surprise me. Erinfel's mother is a flying machine, right? That makes about as much sense as everything else thus far. As far as I can tell, that this is indeed my mother. I can think of few people in the world quite so spirited. But as to what happens, we'll need to ask her. Alright. I think I'm done for now. I'm level 100, so that means I could go and try and get some new gear. I may try and do that during training time, but we'll see. Anyway, I have been Okami, and I shall see everyone again later. Have a good day.